All right, guys, how y'all doing tonight? Computer is good and running now. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for staying with me. My name is Big Chonis. These are all my best ideas. I take technical analysis very seriously. I'm a crypto trader, a mentor, a chart psychologist. Please do your own research on Bitcoin. Remember, guys, I'm in part of the Until 1 Mil trading group. If you guys have any questions about this, please feel free to DM me. And if you guys choose one of these amazing packages, make sure you click on the where are we here? Click on the refer. That's gone too. All right, so I'm part of the one till until 1 mil trading group. You can also find me on Twitter. I'm at Big Chonis, and let's just get right into it here, talking about Bitcoin, because we just put in our daily candle here, and I'm playing around with a couple different charts here and trying to figure out where we're going here in terms of what kind of breakouts or breakthroughs we're looking for on our daily charts here. So we have our Bitfinex chart here. Now it's funny, yesterday, I say last night because where I am in the east coast of the United States, it all happened last night. We had a bull pop, we had a pullback, and we never had any follow through on yesterday's price action all through the afternoon, all through the early evening. And when we closed the price candle on Bitcoin, we finally were able to basically just watch this wick continue to hold through the day, and this price action holding right around $6,500, 6,550 area here, basically was able to maintain through the day there. And that's significant because the bulls were able to hold above the EMAs I like to follow, my EMA 12, my EMA 26, and also close above our middle Bollinger Band. Looking at our RSI daily chart here, we actually have poked above this kind of resistance line that has kept us down here. Now, even though there's no shadows in the daily RSIs here, so even though we break bullish or bearish, intraday we actually did touch our lower support line here momentarily. And that didn't show here, but that basically found that we had support here on our lower area here. And now we broke through there of our resistance currently. Okay, I do not see this as anything of significance yet, but if we can keep trickling outside of this resistance zone here, remember RSI relative strength index and being above 50 is definitely where you want to be, because that can bring in some more bullish momentum and bullish opportunities in the market. Now our Stoke did cross bullish. We have not fully reset here. We're looking for a zero out here. We have turned a corner, and we basically are putting in this lower high here, but we are angled bullishly here because this is a bull cross on our Stoke, and that kind of coincides with what's currently happening with our RSI there. Squeeze momentum indicator here. Okay, we're basically seeing we're still in this wedge triangle here. We hit our resistance here. Sorry, we hit our resistance here. We hit our support up here. Okay, now this is telling me we can still break bearish, right, one more time and hit our lower channel support here of our triangle on our squeeze momentum here. Only because we keep hitting this line of resistance, I almost want to make sure this is accurate as I can get it right there. Okay, so we could go maybe another bar or two up, but really we're just hitting this resistance line. But we have a lot more bearish room to go down in this here. So I'm watching for two things: a potential break of this line here, or a bear break putting us back into the red. And I know where I can go, and I know where our first area of support could definitely be putting us, something like right around this area here, which has basically been tested as support, and could be tested once again. Now, I've been watching our MACD here on our daily. Now, we previously had 14 bars, 2 weeks. Okay, this is the daily MACD. So we had 2 weeks straight here of bearishness, followed by day 15. Day 15 of our bullish histogram. And listen, our momentum is very weak here. When we broke bullish here back in August, we saw these are the candles you want to see in our histogram. These are slower but still pretty nasty bearish candles here when we had our quick fall off our cliff. And this bull pop, we kind of, I don't want to say we've exhausted our time, but we definitely see that, 20 bars, 16 bars, 14 bars, 15 bars, down, up, down, up. Okay, now we still crossing bullishly here. There was a moment yesterday we were watching to see if our MACD was going to actually cross bearish. We were angled as such, but our little bull pop we had yesterday ricocheted us off there and has kept our bull momentum. I say it with a conservative voice, but basically it kept a little bit of the bulls definitely still in action here, still have the potential for moving up there. And lastly here, looking at our chalk and money flow now again on our daily, this box here represents every time we keep hitting our 2018 levels here. And once again, this is when most of our Bitcoin bullish runs have gone to die here, here, once again here. So we're angled as if we want to hit it a second time. We do have a precedent here where we did bust it, okay, bearishly, and then we came back for a double tap, and then we really broke off bearishly. So there is precedent for one more bullish push of money flow that could potentially flow into Bitcoin here and give us one more upper tap of our Chalkin. Once again, in this box here, using this angle that's repelled us for quite a while would definitely be significant here. So this is showing me now that this goal, this rejection area has been reached, and even with a double test, we could be talking about maybe a couple $100 left in Bitcoin here on this move. Let's zoom in for a closer look here. We see where we wicked off yesterday. We was the EMA 55. We didn't really even touch it here. We got kind of close to it. Never had that follow through we were watching yesterday. I remember last night's show, same deal. We watched this live, and that was it. That was that top that we had seen. Now look at these other bull, relatively speaking, the last time we had this bull break, we actually broke above it and wicked out pretty nasty. Okay, nice bullish candle. Broke above it, wicked out nasty. We're still on a red count on our TD. We're still on a red 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, because we're still lower than 4 candles back. But this candle could change things if we can go either direction here. Now notice our cloud. I'll bring up our cloud since I have it up here. Interesting. So we wicked off before we were actually able to get into it there. We saw that cloud resistance. We see what a bull break and a retest of that cloud resistance could still bring us sub 7K. That would also push us above our upper BB and break through all these areas of EMAs. Now we are finding, as I said on our daily, these EMA supports here, but we haven't crossed bullishly yet. We're still being repelled by our EMA 12 is still under my EMA 26, so we don't have any bull cross confirmation just yet. I can't, it's just crazy how sideways this price action is and how much these lines are repelling, not going to that move just yet. We can still touch this purple line here. This purple line, let me get wick to wick. Okay, so we topped off here right at the wick. Why is this hiding? Let's swing this back. Good. Okay, wick to wick. Okay, another wick top out. Yesterday's bull pop didn't wick out yet. Okay, but today 66.50, we can still touch 66.50 and wick out bearishly. That would coincide right where our EMA 55 is once again. And this resistance line, which was started at our $7,400 top off and then confirmed when we topped off here at $6,800 almost a week ago. Okay, so even though we're popping a little bullish, now look at that. We just flipped to our green one. Okay, again, this is just intraday. This is just starting. The green one really means nothing, but it shows you how on the cusp we are to continuing our TD red 9 or beginning to flip out of it. And this whole structure here has been very choppy in our TD. Haven't been able to gain much on it. But listen, this is still a bullish candle in the fact that we were bullish engulfing. We closed twice above the previous day's candle body. This wick is notable with lower volume, but there's still no reason for the bulls to capitulate just yet because of just the good looking green candle. Even with the wick, the body was longer than the wick. That's notable. And that can allow us, as I said, to trickle up a little bit farther. But there's still resistance significant at just 6650 area here. So we can get there, we can tap it, but it's going to get rejected until proven otherwise. A break of this, and then we can start talking about retesting our upper BB, $6,800, and then our overall cloud, which can still bring us literally right to 7K. So those are our bullish scenarios here. Basically, there's another potential of $400 before we hit some major resistances. And listen, that still puts us into a lower high on the overall trend, even breaking this line here of purplenish, which wasn't just started here, but was actually started back here when we're at 8,500. 8,500, okay, 7,500, okay, and right here we are retesting this lower support line once again. That can give us another $50, but then after that the bulls really got to step in. Yesterday's candle was a lower volume candle, even though it was a bullish candle here. What kind of money flow were we actually talking? I don't know. Do you like the black here or do you like the white? I kind of like the white. Let's get rid of these stupid ads. Okay, so let me note that Bitcoin dominance at 52%. Now remember, the higher Bitcoin dominance rises, the worse off that is for altcoins, because that means Bitcoin is sucking the money out. Market cap of all crypto still 218 billion. And we have over 2,000 individual cryptocurrencies, or 2022 S coins and one true coin, Bitcoin. Not true coin. Bitcoin is the overall big daddy here. Circulating supply 17.3 million. And let's look here, because we are just mired in this low volume, sub 4 billion. Okay, we had a fiver back on the end of September here. 4 billion, 4 billion, 4 billion, 4 billion, sub 4 billion, sub 4 billion once again. And we keep seeing that, like this isn't turnaround volume. This isn't like, oh, I feel that there's a low in the market. Now, granted, the feeling that maybe there's some sort of accumulation going on right now, I still don't believe that the big money is feeling that we've corrected enough. Any bull pops will continue to be sold off as they have been. Even though we're still putting in a higher low, our lower low is still going to, our lower high is still going to dictate this until proven otherwise. The tightness of our Bollingers on our daily chart is very notable, people. Okay, this is signaling a major, bigger, volatile move is in due, and we like those as traders, right? Because those are our situations where we can actually trade them, counter trade them, and actually make some money. Volatility is what we look for. That can bring in our much better moves. Positive sideways Bitcoin so far has brought some money into certain altcoins, but a lot of those pops were specifically news driven, a la Ripple and a couple other ones, Bitcoin Cash, that basically had something that had a reason for it to have a bull pop. But is Bitcoin going to reassert itself in its dominance, okay, and suck a lot of that money out? Okay, even though we're breaking through this little wedge guy here, and screw it, I'm going to erase it. It's the purple line, to me, right now, that's significant because that represents our triple wick rejection for quite a while. And I'm using this here. We didn't touch it yesterday. We can touch it today and still get to 6650, literally 6650, and lose it there. Okay, a break of that, and I get a little interested now. Okay, then a back test maybe. Remember, areas, lines of resistance. Okay, if we break bullishly through this purple line, a back test would definitely be in order, and a hold would be very significant. Okay, I would see that as very significant. What's up, chat room? Thomas, Justin Dart, Jeremy Snow, ITCC, Jonathan Sun. What's up, Kevin? Crypto JP, Tom Power, RJ Jamal. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I I got a little football on in the background, but I did want to come to you guys for just a quick Bitcoin update. It's funny. It's like how many days of this sideways price action. Um, it's hard. I should say it's hard to chart, but listen, it's definitely showing us an example here of where this is a scalping zone, okay, and a non-long or short zone. And the reason for that is because we're not seeing major positions yet to be taken in Bitcoin shorts or Bitcoin longs. Bitcoin shorts, the pattern is kind of a bear flag still, which means this can fall, which is actually kind of a bullish pattern for Bitcoin. But I'm not seeing the buy up in Bitcoin longs, and that's still troubling for me. There's not a lot of it's a slight trickle up from where we were bottoming out earlier in September, but in no means is this a bullish chart, especially if we can't break out of this trend line, out of this trend channel. So there's nothing about longs being overbought, nothing about shorts being overbought yet, except shorts are still close enough to our all-time high zone and the potential to even break even higher. So I still give deference to the shorts being able to rise as long as the longs still are not bullishly rising and stuff, and that basically gives me still a little more of a bearish bias. I do not currently see, where is it here? I do not currently see any gaps in the CME Bitcoin futures charts as low as our 3 hour, but I do see the pattern here still kind of bull flaggish with the potential target of, again, 6750, which would give us some sort of a triple top here in this area: resistance, 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 as way as the colored pattern currently suggests. But I don't see any gaps in the 3 hour or the 4 hour. That's kind of as low as I want to go right now, and because of that, we don't really have to get to any specific places in the chart to fill any of those gaps. So I don't really see a reason to get anywhere here nor there. Litecoin and Ethereum are still basically stagnant, showing more of a bearish bias here. If you can buy it at 223, even if you didn't like it at 240, you don't like it at 223, there's more chance here for a bearish continuation break when the market feels it can get cheaper coin, cheaper ETH, okay, cheaper LTC, because they think Bitcoin could have another leg down, and more of a substantial leg down. We're seeing some crazy arbitrage in a couple of the exchanges here. Right now, just give you a little for instance here. Coinbase 65.68. Bitfinex 66.16, so almost a $40-$50 difference there. Mex is 55.77, so closer to Coinbase. Binance 66.14 here. So the exchanges are normally you see these not spot on, but within 10-20 bucks, and to see this ranging here, it just shows we're losing money flow. We're losing organic money momentum, and the exchanges and the algos and the computers that are running them are having a problem trying to keep the price up here. What's going to really bring in big money to move this higher? It's a heck of a lot easier to break bearish than it is to break bullish right now. Okay, I put this tweet out over a week ago, and we're still in this tightening. My Bollinger's there. We're still in this tightening here. Look at that. Once again, we have touched our line here of resistance. We did it here back on September 28th. We did it here yesterday. And we're still being repelled by it. And this line I've adjusted along the way, but still it's kept the wick out basically down all the way since May. So a bull break of it would be notable, and another bear touch would also be definitely in the cards, which means we can break as low as 62.50 and still be part of this higher low situation here in this equilibrium that could potentially take us out another week of this tight price action where we're within $200-$300 of each other here. So all these are still possibilities in terms of what we could still see And that's significant because nothing is ready to break just yet. We watch our overall stock market, okay, had a kind of a rough day today. But listen, a lot of those dips have been bought up. And again, a bullish stock market, a bullish Dow, a bullish NASDAQ, a bullish, market, I feel is helpful for crypto. If the markets, the overall markets, overall global markets go bearish, it's very bad for Bitcoin because I feel that that takes a lot of that money flow that could flow into crypto, extra money from a wealth effect from the more stable, Nasdaqs and whatnot, to kind of where we are now, basically getting very tight here in our equilibrium on low volume, and we're still seeing everything from bearish divergences on our OBV, but we're seeing, God, the tightest of patterns here across the board. Everything is showing a very tight pattern. It can break out, but what is a breakout? Even a couple $100 of a breakout would just widen our stance here. And listen, I can adjust this higher. Even if we go up a couple $100, we could even still go out farther in this tight pattern. So even this current resistance and support can still be altered a little bit, but we're running out of running room here. Lower highs, higher lows can only go so far. We have deference to 6K and a little over 7K. So we can still be in this tight range here and still have a bearish trend overall or a bullish trend overall until one of these breaks, and we're close. We can go days, but we can't go weeks. We can go days, but we can't go weeks more. Whew. All right, guys, let's do a little quick just where we at right now in the price action. Let's zoom in here to our 5 minute. Okay, just our 5 minute. What do we got going on here? So we closed the day. This was yesterday's bullish candle here. All through the day, we maintained our price action. Our swing low, swing high pullback is still a very bullish, just a little bit more than 38%. It's bullish. It's not, we can still come down here. We can still come down. I wouldn't want to drop lower than 68.40. Come on. Come on. Uh-oh. Frozen. Frozen. Come on, TradeView. You can do it. Yes, leave page. Okay, there we go. Oh, there we go. Resetting. The point is that until the bears have a reason to sell, okay, there's still a reason for us to hold these areas. Okay, I don't see this as organic price action, though. I'm still very skeptical on a lot of this price action. This still feels very computer algo, computer botish, bots, B-O-T, not B-O-U-G-H-T. But what I mean by that is that I don't see this as new money coming in. Okay, maybe there's some bottom feeding on some alts. Maybe there's some scooping up on some value that people are seeing. But are we really seeing a reason for the big money to really come in here? And I still have to refer to our 2014 fractal as an area where we did something very similar to what we're seeing here. We actually broke bearish, and we know what happened there. Last thing I want to bring up very quickly here is GBTC. This is a OTC traded stock. It trades at a premium to Bitcoin. You see it though, it's a very similar chart, right, to Bitcoin. This kind of represents 20K. This is our 6K. This is our 11.5. This is our 7. This is our 8.5, 6, 7, 3. And you can see that it could be a forerunner because this is that break that we have not happened yet. This is a equilibrium break, okay, of a slightly higher low, a slightly lower high, and then boom, the bear break, back test, and rejection. So this could be a forerunner of what a bearish situation could happen. And it's not going to happen overnight. If we break bearish, okay, it's going to be a slow trickle that's going to eventually become a cascade. So it's not going to just go red candle crazy down. The bears have to be proven there's no more buyers above X. Okay, so the bulls have to show there's no more buyers above X, and the bears have to prove that there's a lot more selling that can happen on a bear breakdown. Remember, if we break this line here, we can definitely back test it. Remember, you break a line, you can back test it here. Watch your volume. Don't let the candles fool you. Keep an eye on that volume, especially on higher time frames to confirm any major moves. These little wicks are nothing, okay? These are not load ups. If you want to buy Bitcoin right now because you feel the bottom is in, you've had plenty of time to do so. Okay, so if it breaks bullish, I mean, are you kind of FOMO in? You have the opportunity right now to buy if you want to buy. The problem is if we get a couple $100 higher, there's so much more incentive to sell that and take profits off the table. And that's going to be a bearish push in the market here. Until the markets are unable to defend, then that's what's going to happen and create this actual moment of truth. As I said before, we can still go several more days sideways before that moment of truth actually becomes a reality. All right, guys, time for you to watch some football. Thanks for joining me tonight. Who else showed up in the trading room? RJ, Jamal, Mohammed, Antonio. Thanks for being here. Thank you for 72 of my closest fans watching me tonight, getting updated here on Bitcoin. Guys, I really appreciate those thumbs up. If you enjoyed this content here, and we'll stay in touch. I'll get up with you guys tomorrow. Remember, Bitcoin is a heartbeat. All you need to do is trade the pulse. And I'm still doing my mentoring. I'm going to put out a new tweet on that soon, but I'm definitely scheduling some people for October. If you guys have any interest in talking to me and honing your skills and just kind of getting a better sense of what's going on with crypto, you can refer to my video on that on YouTube, and I really appreciate all the support. Until then, guys, remember to follow me on Twitter. Enjoy your evening. We'll talk to you guys soon. Big Chonis signing out. Peace.